It's the final chance to make your playoff statement in DC and the final push for a chance at the MLR Shield. Both these sides today are in the throes of desperation as the final round of the MLR still holds that everyone has a shot at making that playoff line. But the mission today is win and let the rest of the field play out. From Washington, D.C., it's Anthem visiting Old Glory. Alongside former Australian international Mark Stabina, I'm Joey Lindstrom. And Mark, mission critical for both sides to get the win.
Certainly is, Joey. And there's two changes to the D.C. pack after their painfully narrow loss to Chicago last week, as Rob Harley returns from a 3-game absence to captain the team at lock. Aiden King also returns to boost the back row, replacing Colin Gross. But the back line remains unchanged, with John Rizzo looking to continue his try-scoring form, and Jason Robertson hopes to jump from third into the league's top 2 leading point scorers today. For the visitors, quite a few notable changes to the pack after their heavy defeat at the hands of California last week, with 2 new props in Elias Garza and Ollie Kane. Will Sherman steps into lock for Sam Goller, as does Marquis Fulau for Makeen Alikan at flanker. While in the backs, Dom McKenna earns his start at centre, pushing Julian Roberts to wing in place of Eric Storty.
Here's where we stand today. It is 4 points for a win and 1 point each if you lose by 7 or less points or if you get 4 tries in your matchup. All that matters today, especially for Old Glory as they pursue that playoff line. Anthem still has a chance to get above into that top 4, but they need a little bit of help through the rest of the weekend. It is no holds barred today and a beautiful day in Fairfax. Both sides ready to go for the win. A fun, fan-filled day on the campus of George Mason University. Anthem Rugby Carolina and Old Glory DC fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive. It's all next right here on ESPN.
Anthem Rugby Club.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.
This match is brought to you by Gilbert, the official rugby ball of Major League Rugby. The MH-65D Dolphin flies over George Mason Stadium here in Fairfax for Military Appreciation Day and the salute to France. And an incredible and beautiful day in the upper 80s to maybe even reaching the 90s on a hot day in Virginia. We are in the throes of June, Mark. Conditions are ripe for some pretty much feels like playoff rugby here today. And you can tell from the environment the fans are pumped up to be here.
Tis the season, Joey. We're going to see some great rugby today. I am certain of that.
Federico Anselmi is our head official. Assistants Mike Lawrenson and Amelia Luciano, accompanied by George Jagier and Stadium Rules official. Member of the Sons of the American Revolution, actually that's probably the French Revolution rather, will present the rugby ball, and we are going to be set to go. Think about where these two teams lie, Mark, and everything in front of both sides. For Old Glory, they came ever so close last week in a 1-point loss to Chicago where they had the Hounds under grips and lost it at the end. Obviously, having only won 1 out of their last 5 games, they feel like, and Simon Cross would agree, that they're starting to put things together. And if they can do that today, they have a chance to make the playoffs, and who knows what might happen.
It was interesting what Simon Cross said. He says it's normally round 9 when we start to click. That's our time of season, and we have seen that in the past from DC. But I just want to make mention, how incredible is it to see every single team in the league has a chance to make the playoffs in the last regular game of the regular season. It all comes down to this, so plenty to play for, and like I said before, with these conditions, expect neither team to leave anything in the tank today.
Jason Robertson had a heck of a week last week at fly half. Will get us kicked off and underway. Anthem in the road whites on the bottom blues, and Old Glory in the home navy. A chance for the playoffs. You must win today if you want a shot to get in. Anthem, of course, needs that bonus point and the win to get 5 total points out of it. Ishmael Safodian gets the scrum half start today, his second at the number 9, usually a reserve, and Lucardi will boot it deep past the halfway line.
Wonderful exit there, right in the halfway line. You see touch judge, Amelia Luciano, just shy that halfway. That's what you want to see from your exits. Get yourself way out of trouble. And that was from deep in his own territory. That's a monstrous kick.
What needs to be key and imperative for both these sides to come out with the victory today, Mark?
It's got to be attitude, it's mindset. There's so much to play for both teams. And I think patience for Anthem is number 1, Joey. For DC, they've been unlucky not to get better results than they have with the team that they have and the game plan. If they execute the way that Simon Cross wants and expects them to, I see them very difficult to beat today.
Over top, big contact between Nakali and Godfrey as he tries to catch up with that one, and it'll be a whistle blown here from Federico Anselmi. Old Glory retains that, and Jason Robertson will try to pin. Johan Momsen back to donning the 5, and Will Sherman, the number 1 overall pick this season, back in the 4.
Joey, another key just came up for me for Anthem is exactly what you're seeing now. They wanted to avoid. This happened to them against California, getting early penalties away and putting themselves under immense pressure straight out of the gates.
Advantage early.
Bit tough for this Anthem group, especially
In the air, play advantage 9.
deep in their own end. And Old Glory with their first real chance here to score some points here in the first 2.5 minutes. Lefebvre works it back. Jason Robertson has a crack at it, and he's tumbled down there by Dom Aquina. Lefebvre working through for Kirby Myhill, number 2. By Sarah Hooker, picked up nicely, and shooing away defenders is Benjamin Benasso for the first try for Old Glory.
Too easy for Benasso. Great vision as well from the big number 8. They have come to play DC, and that's exactly what they wanted. And the defense here from Anthem was under pressure. Look at this, Bonasso just head up. Poor ruck defense from Anthem. And then it was a mere formality with the power and skill of Bonasso to find his way into the try zone.
30 seconds.
And that all came from that penalty, Joey. We talked about Anthem putting themselves under pressure with unnecessary penalties. They're playing to the script at the moment, DC. Getting on top of Anthem, crushing their spirits early and making them play catch-up rugby.
That was a big focal point for Simon Cross, chatting with him this week about how you could put the hammer down quickly. You can get that done with one of your Eagles on your squad. Like you said at the beginning, Mark, this is a group that kind of finds their peak a little bit later on in the season. And with the abbreviated season this year compared to years in the past, you feel like this Old Glory team could be dangerous if they get in. Need a little bit of help, but the job today, of course, remains the same. Northern USA caps for Ben Bonasso. 4 as a captain as well. And Rob Harley, the usual captain for Old Glory, when in suspension, Ben Bonasso took over those duties. Worked on the outside for Connor Mooneyham. Nice little take on the outside channel. Sifonian works it back. Good movement from Anthem to Johan Momsen, or Will Sherman rather. Quick penalty.
Joey, one thing that Anthem coach Augustin Cavalieri told us was it was also going to be important the way they match up one-on-one in the contact situation. And as we just saw there, good run from Sherman. However, he lost the ball in contact. It's these little individual errors that truly do cripple Anthem. Otherwise, they have a great game plan. Kuka Cavalieri was happy with the way that they stuck to the game plan. Execution is an entirely different matter.
Still one of the best teams in the league as far as the scrum is concerned. So Anthem would love to play that advantage today if they can. Penalty goes by the wayside there for Anthem. State of Old Glory.
It does another area for Kuka Cavalieri, the coach of Anthem. Normally pride themselves on their scrum, and they've just had a couple of wobbles recently. On that occasion, not driving straight, driving in at an angle. The game of rugby for the new viewers, wondering what those 8 men in a huddle pushing against the other 8 men means. It's very technical. It's an art and a science. The main thing that referees are looking for is that they are all pushing straight. It's a matter of safety as well as keeping the flow of the game. As soon as you start to angle in, you're going to give away a penalty or at least flirting with danger.
Old Glory, another chance at it here off the lineup. Good forwarding head there by Aiden King. As he spins down, big rush on the attack. Davina Nakali once again, that second row. And Lefebvre works it back. This is Jason Robertson, exactly the opposite way that they scored on their last possession in phase here in the 22. Aiden King accompanied there by Corey Daniel. McCauley works back to Damian Hoyland. Max Schumacher is a reserve today. Hoyland, a longtime veteran, especially with Old Glory in his 7th season. Worked back here for Kirby Myhill. The last matchup, it was an onslaught for Old Glory down in Charlotte against Anthem. It was all the way back in round number 5. Lefebvre, and outside to Hoyland once again, the fullback. John Rizzo accompanies him, former IUPUI club rugby player. There's Rob Harley, Scottish captain. Big number 4 is a house. Way on the outside, Jordan Jackson Hope feeds Corey Daniel. Number 6 hanging out. Worked in the outside channel. Anthem doing well to hold up here on defense. Johan Momsen and Will Sherman get the big tackle. John Lefebvre takes it himself. He's a Virginia native and Old Dominion graduate. A former Monarch and scrum half Trying to work it back for this group. Anthem just trying to hold up. Here in the first 10 minutes. Old Glory wants to get on the foot early. Nice moves through the inside. Ross Depperschmidt. Down in that 13 all season. Big time from Cali Martinez. Hit his 50th cap last month in the MLR. Harley picks it up off the hop. Clinical defense here from Anthem. Near that 5-meter line, Julian Roberts gets a hold of the shirt there of Aiden King. Lefebvre. How much more could you endure? Perry Humphreys going to try versus Anthem. Last time these two teams squared off, it was like an eternity ago. Now here in the second matchup in the final round of the season. Lefebvre works it back for Benham, but also once again, Old Glory out in front. Aiden King. Another try. Trying to get Old Glory in position to don the crown this season. And they're pouring it on early. 2 tries in the first 10 minutes.
Well, that was a matter of patience versus patience. The patience that DC showed in offense to string together multiple phases and then to finish like that with the handling skills. Jason Robertson, as always. But the patience of Anthem was also exceptional, not giving any penalties away, making their one-on-one tackles, but it was just too much pressure in the end. Aiden King walks it in under the posts.
That try was scored by number
They're so good at maintaining possession and recycling ball, DC.
Robertson knocks it through.
Not going to miss from there, Joey, that's for sure.
Challenge.
Former NOLA Gold player, joined Old Glory in November of last season, just ahead of this year, with big plans. Simon Cross and company.
77.55. Okay. What we are looking for?
So a referee review system has been initiated.
So it's here.
Trying to identify what that phase was for.
I believe it's the next rug. So here is nothing. So please go to the next rug. Number 1 blue, okay. But when? We are talking about this rug. On one, and this one. Okay. Okay. One more time, George, please. Please, the next breakdown, okay? Look the action, the number 4, the clean out. Okay.
Yes.
Any clear there? What do you think, Mikey? Yeah, okay. From this angle, it's not clear.
No, it's not clear.
Okay, this angle is not clear. Let's see this angle.
So the look is at number 1 in blue, Cali Martinez.
Yeah, this is the best angle.
He's
that
there on
we
the
have.
left side of your
And just
screen.
pause.
High clear out is what we're hearing.
Yeah, I believe that it's indirect head contact when he's going to make the clean out. I'm thinking it's penalty only. You agree with that? It's just a soft penalty clean out that he may arm into the head.
So that's Rob Harley we're talking about.
Harley, yeah.
Yeah,
I heard him say 1.
So did I.
Yeah.
But this is full play. Okay, can you take the mark, please?
Speaking of 1, Elias Garza has so much blood on the back
After
of his shirt.
we review the action, we can see the clean out with number 4 make contact into the head of the it's no try. We are going to give a penalty only for Anthem. So
All right.
Anthem remind the judge penalty only.
So Old Glory gets a try rescinded on the back of a
Head, so it's going to be a penalty.
penalty there by Rob Harley, the captain. The guy can't help it. He's so big.
You are right.
Gonna give it to him, but lower his pad level, shoulder level there.
Just give it up. Give it up. Unlucky.
Close call, definitely, Joey. As you said, tough for a big man like Harley to get low enough to make contact, and especially if the opposite man is in a low position himself, really not a lot of margin for error. Things happen so fast, but nonetheless, definitely a massive sigh of relief for Anthem on that occasion. Let's see if they can capitalize now.
Well, maybe it's an opportunity to spark this group where I feel like, especially in the beginning of the season, they played so impassioned. Maybe this is just what they needed. Get back in this critical juncture. You talked about mindset. What that takes for this group. And so many players that have represented the Eagles in the past will likely represent them in the future. There's Julian Roberts along the outside. This is a team with a winning record, by the way. Started 1-0. We're back to 2-1. They feel like they had the chance in their winningest season in franchise history this year to make some noise, and they haven't put it together in these last 6 games as the penalty's blown.
Great patience shown again from Anthem this time in offense. They haven't had much ball. Really stringing those phases together, and that just puts pressure on the opposition. The opposition starts to get frustrated in defense. They want to push the boundaries a little bit, see if they can either slow the ball down or steal it completely. And he's brought his kicking boots today, Luke Carty. He has been gaining territory with that golden boot of his.
Over top, Will Sherman retrieves that. It's worked back here for Tom Pittman. It's pushed down, so Foden. Finding Marcus Fulau, that big number 7. Worked through Baden Godfrey. Tab down here, Anthem another chance at it. New life perhaps breathed in the first 10 to 15 minutes here for Anthem Rugby Carolina. Moni Tangawia trying to crack at it, and the whistle's blown.
This is another area we talked about with Kuka, head coach of Anthem. Especially last week, they got into California's 22-meter zone so often. They create the opportunities to get in the right ends of the field, Joey, but then they can't finish off. That's what we talk about when we talk about patience. Knowing you're there, don't try and score straight away. Push the pass, be clinical. It's something we see Chicago Hounds probably the best at the league. They just hammer away, simple stuff. Don't lose the ball in the contact. And before you know it, they're over the try line. It's too much. Anthem need to show the same kind of composure in offense.
You said!
So Old Glory retains it off the hold up. Just outside the 5-meter. Booted deep there for Jason Robertson. Anthem thought about the quick line out as well. Be in plus territory here for Anthem.
Another huge clearance kick. Neither team interested in being camped in their own zone.
Stay back, Julian, stay back.
There's a spirit there on the line out here for Anthem. Got some movement in the boots today on a hot day. Hydration break, crisp 5.5 minutes away.
Clear, holding on, boys.
Federico and Salmi indicating where that spot should be.
Come on, Julian, the ball, my man.
Penalties creeping in again for Anthem. now they hand DC a piggyback out of their territory. Jason Robertson elects to, in the middle of the field, it's always a decision for the kicker. Do I kick left or do I kick right?
Three tries for Kirby Myhill. You know, I think, last time I had Old Glory, I was on with one of our favorite Brits, Will Houlihan. Get a good look at Campbell Robb, talking about hookers and the size of, the ideal size of where they should be. Kirby Myhill, I think he might have mentioned, I'm not going to mince his words, perhaps undersized. What say you? I mean, especially at the hooker spot.
Mate, he's bigger than me, so I'm not going to comment.
Probably a good idea.
He might know where I live.
At this stage, yeah, I don't want him to come up to New York City and find us here and have words. Now Gali works it down, and Anthem recovers it off the turnover, but whistle's blown.
Okay, that's right.
All right, so first 15 plus minutes have gone here, nearing the hydration break. Mark, how do you evaluate pace of play right now, where even Old Glory, they were thinking they had 2 tries on Anthem right away. You get that rescinded. We still stand at a 1-score game.
Next one is going to be in the bin.
Well within reach for the boys in the baby blue, the Carolina blue.
You see, it's an arm wrestle early on. Just both teams feeling the other out. They're not trying to play too expansive, playing simple rugby. And DC are just executing better. We saw Anthem on a couple of occasions lose the ball in the contact, hand the ball over, give away a penalty, then Jason Robertson kicks them all the way down the field just as he's done here, and they're just executing better. I don't think either team is playing particularly more adventurous rugby than the other. Just early on, DC just trying to gain dominance before they open the game up.
Lefebvre loses the handle on it briefly. It's worked back. Nice carry on there by Jordan Jackson-Hope. Former NOLA Gold Player of the Year in 2023 and 2024. That's 12 in blue. Here's Ben Bonasso, experienced USA Eagle, already has 1 try today. Lefebvre to find Callie Martinez. Anthem wants a crack to get it back. Here's not Gali once again. Tavita gets wrestled down. Nice tackle there on the outside by Rob. Jason Robertson has options if he wants it. He loses it, finds it again, and dots it down. Jason Robertson gets Old Glory their true second try. All business in front so far for DC. Waiting for that party.
Certainly is, Joey. Clinical stuff again. And when you finally create some space for the likes of Jason Robertson and his back line, once again, great defending from Anthem. But Robertson, see how he just attacks the line, nearly loses it there. An appeal comes in from Luke Carty. But he regains, dives it over. He was already on his way over the line. I don't think Robertson was even sure whether that was legal. But it did come off the hand of Carty in the tackle anyway, and he just regathered, and now a chance to take this lead out to 14. 2 converted tries for DC early.
And he hooks it on the conversion, so we stay at a 12-point advantage. Coming into this weekend, Jason Robertson was tied for Chris Hilsenbeck for the league leaders in points scored. You wouldn't be surprised to find out that all the fly halves are those leaders, but they both had 74. And last week, that was a treat to watch. Those 2 10s go at it with Chicago and Old Glory, especially with the way that Old Glory got out in front. Jason Robertson was huge for that reason. And Simon Cross feels like he is the key to victory, especially, of course, you have your captains and your leadership and on the designated spots. But for Jason Robertson, the impact he has, he has been incredible.
Right before this water break, Joey, crucial error again from Anthem at the kickoff.
Hydration break coming. We'll be back with you after the break. You're watching Old Glory and Anthem.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.
Our first hydration break was brought to you by Recover 180, the organic sports hydration drink built for today's athlete. Alongside former Australian international Mark Stabina, Joey Lindstrom. Hey, get involved on X, hashtag MLR 2026. Yeah, we just want both teams to have fun as well. Stay hydrated. It's hot out there, folks. Hot East Coasters don't know how to react in the humidity. And these rugby guys are sweating it out for sure. Well, you know, we went into break with that last sequence there for Anthem. A pivotal spot here because look where that ball's placed, Mark.
Absolutely, Joey. Kick. I see what they were trying to do, trying to pin DC deep, and it's just overcooked a little bit. It takes a lot to drop kick a ball that far and then over the dead ball line. But of course, if it goes over the sideline beyond the corner post of the try line, it will come all the way back, as you're seeing right now, to the middle of the field. And a prime attacking opportunity once again for DC.
Certainly primed to take advantage here. John LaFave to hold out. That scrum pirouetting. All together now, and the whistle blows for Old Glory.
Similar penalty to early on, Anthem.
9.
Not staying square in their drive.
Okay,
Scrum wheeling now, and Robertson steps up. You just cannot afford to give this man an opportunity to take 30, 40 meters of territory from you in one kick.
What he does on a consistent basis. Think about where, with MLR Weekly chiming in, exactly how Old Glory DC wanted to start. It's so true because, just as I was just beginning to say, think about how Simon Cross feels like this group is going to be peaking at the right time, just as they can make that playoff line. They could be dangerous in the playoffs despite having the record that they do. They've won 1 out of the last 5. They've had their struggles, but 3 of those losses came by 2 or less points. Big thump on that tackle. It's a group that plays close games, and they'd love a little bit of separation to at least get the wins. Their last win came against New England on Sunday Night Rugby on this field. Worked back here. And once again for Jordan Jackson Hope as he tumbles down. Reversing fields is Jason Robertson. Finds Ben Bonasso briefly. Old Glory keeps it alive with Mahill. Nangali gets wrestled down. His 79th Old Glory appearance is record-setting, and record-extending in his 7th season with DC.
So Joey, once again with this penalty, it's just, again, as the result of patience in offense from Old Glory. Nothing too fancy. They're just taking the ball forward, and phase after phase, what starts to happen? cracks in the defence start to develop. Desperation, frustration from the defensive team creeps in as well. And it materialises in penalties. And they're starting to mount too much now for Anthem. And it is exhausting. Let's not mention, or forget to mention, tackling and tackling and tackling.
Yeah.
Speak of our head coach, very well shaded, Cooper Cavalieri.
Nothing from my side.
He took the Jackals from a winless team in 2022 to the playoffs in 2024. He also had a rebuild, and this team had shown signs of the winning ways that he was hoping to employ. It's been a tough go for them as Damian Hoyland takes this working down there from on the outside channel. Work back for Rob Harley. A Scottish hammer inside the 22. Robertson tries to poke it forward, does it once again, right to himself. A fortuitous bounce in Fairfax. Jordan Jackson-Hope carries it down and a whistle. Jason Robertson can't believe it. Federico Anselmi saw something in the last phase there.
It's on me. It's on me, yeah. On me.
I saw a knock on there. Now, look at DC, this back line on paper. You've talked about it, Joey. Look at the skills pulling that ball in, Jordan Jackson-Hope, from around his bootlaces and then just casually shifting it on. There's that knock on.
Yeah. In real time, it looked maybe somebody got it with their rear end, but that was definitely not.
Yeah, it definitely looked like a deflection off the Anthem player, but didn't see Jason Robertson catch his hand on it as he regathered the ball.
Let's go. Come on, boys. Yeah. Come on, boys. Too loud.
Let's go, Milan! My call.
Crouch!
Jason Robertson was pivotal in that matchup in the win against New England, 24-23. Match-winning penalty in the 69th minute. The boot of number 10. Safonian tries to work it out. Here's Jordan Traynor, the vice captain, to Julian Roberts, who can really turn it on when he needs to. 11 works it back. Finding Marcus Fualau, part of that USA Academy group, back in 2023, that is now known as Anthem Rugby Carolina. And Anthem just trying to get out of their own way here. Down 12. Plays like this will help a lot, Mark.
You mentioned Julian Roberts. He can play anywhere. Look at that footwork from Julian Roberts. He is in the top 3 of defenders beaten in this league. Exciting player once he gets his hands on the ball. That's been the issue. He hasn't had his hands on the ball enough in this game. Player of the future, Julian Roberts. One frustration perhaps for him is that he hasn't been selected in one position for more than 2 weeks, it seems. And that makes it hard when you're a utility back. Yes, that gives you value, but it also makes it hard to find consistency and comfortability in one position where you can really focus on playing that game. He's been chopping and changing, playing wing, and playing wing is very different to playing outside center.
He was so pivotal. We talked about Jordan Jackson-Hope and his Player of the Year honors in 2024 with NOLA Gold. Julian Roberts was the Rookie of the Year on that team in 2024. And such a bright spot down in the South, and he started to bring that, especially with the confidence of this group. We talked about their first home win earlier this season against Seattle, and we got to interview him afterward and talk with him about what the mindset is with this group, and he actually said he'd play anywhere. If he had no choice, he doesn't mind. He'd even play in the front. Well, maybe I don't know about that, but it seemed like he'd be willing to go do anything he could for this team. And that seems to be the mindset of a lot of this group. Let's see if they can translate it here. They need to try, and they need it bad, especially here in this first half. Knocked on, though, and quickly scooped. Plucked out of the air there by Jason Robertson. Covered nicely by Paul Mullen and Kirby Myhill.
Hey, stay back.
Anthem unfortunate that Get the turnover there as John LaFave skies this one along the sideline. A beautiful day here at Fairfax.
Joey, once again, Anthem loses the ball in DC's 22. They do all the work to get up into that area and then cough it up.
They have another crack at it here, Mark. Baden Godfrey tumbling forward. Jason Robertson takes a big fall there. Marcus Fulau was involved. Working on the outside channel is Jordan Trainer. And Will Sherman, #1 overall pick out of UCLA. Safodi just trying to get that ball wiggled out. Julian Roberts finds himself just on the cusp of the outside channel. Johan Momsen finds it. Nice pass. Beautifully done. Moni Tangawia to Baden Godfrey, shaking off defenders. So close to that goal line. Picking it up there, that was Will Sherman. Or Johan Momsen, rather, he's so close. Worked on the outside for Jordan Trainer. A little stiff arm thrown. And I don't hear a whistle. I don't hear a whistle. Held up by the boys from DC. Anthem unlucky again. Looks like Federico Anselmi is going to check this one out.
Oh, this is just heartbreaking for Anthem. Once again, do all the hard work. Let's not take anything away from that DC defense. Try saving tackles. Rizzo was in there.
Wow.
Quite see who was underneath stopping that ball. But the frustrations of Anthem in the opposition 22 continue. Let's have another look. So coming across, again, I'm trying to see who it was underneath. Was it Depperschmidt, perhaps? Incredible defense from DC.
Truly.
Thank you.
Depperschmidt didn't hear no bell. That was incredible work. Aaron pass gets away from Anthem. Luke Carty picks it up. Safodian finds Marcus Fulau. Kuka Cavalieri talked this week about having that killer instinct that they need to find here in the 22 mark when they're in that striking distance, when they're within striking distance. They haven't found it quite yet as Campbell Rob works down, noses forward. Damakina got some help there as Elias Garza making his MLR debut in week 4 against Old Glory. Been a mainstay here with Anthem. Former Chicago Hound draft pick, but didn't play for the Hounds. Got picked up in the offseason.
What is that?
Godfrey finds Sherman in the back. Down to Johan Momsen. Can Anthem find that killer instinct to get their first try on the board? Safodian finds Fulau. Leaning forward, and Old Glory DC holds it up briefly. Finding it down is Godfrey once again. They're just a meter out. Fodi might just try to nose it forward here. Sherman tries it once more. Fulau, 7 there. Has the ball in hand. It's worked back. Moni Tangawia works back there for to back up Will Sherman. Godfrey stands over top. Anthem is ever so close to getting that first try on the board. Old Glory keeps holding them up. Tangawia worked down. Old Glory has it briefly. Safodian, there's a wrestle for it. Like the jump ball. And a penalty on Anthem.
We have to say here we need discipline, okay?
Well, that's better stuff from Anthem. As a back, though, I'm standing here frustrated, imagining I'm on the field as a back with all the space in front of me, and your forwards just keep hammering away. Pick and drive, going right into DC's strength. It's no wonder they didn't cross the line there, but what it has created is pressure on DC's defense. Another bite of the cherry with a penalty. So they did extremely well, Anthem, just to keep the ball in hand. But they've got to run into space. They're running into faces, not spaces right now.
Big push forward. Mighty power of the thrust. Will Sherman. We'd like to see him go on the outside. Fulau carries down. The strength right in the teeth of the defense. Old Glory's got grills on, basically. This is really impressive stuff. Just relentless. The immovable object. Can Anthem finally break through? Momsen noses forward. Oliver Kane over top of him. Trying to wiggle that ball out. Fulau has it. Changes hands briefly. Now they go on the outside. Cardi to Jordan Trainer. Works back on the outside to Akina. And Dom plays it down, and Anthem's on the board. All that, and finally Anthem breaks out of the drought.
Fantastic stuff, Anthem, especially Dom Akina. This is what I'm talking about as a fellow backline player. Give it to the boys out wide. You got the likes of Akina, Trainer, exceptional work from him to shrug off the tackle of Hoyland, who tried to shut it down. He knew the danger that existed out wide in Dom Akina. He didn't want that ball getting out, and Trainer did wonderfully well to get it to the big number 13. Great stuff from Anthem. Patience. Kept the ball. Didn't make the errors they've been making early on in this game. Showed a lot of hunger and desire. And it's paid off.
Dom Akina now 3 tries in the last 5 matchups. He and Julian Roberts have changed positions out. Dom has been coming off the reserves, but he's been a real bright spot for this Anthem group as Luke Carty bends that ball in.
What a kick.
Beautifully done. They are just a try away from tying this game up. Boy, what a sequence. Anthem had that pretty much in possession for the last 7-8 minutes. What does that do for an wear and tear on the defense, especially after they held up more than once in those last couple phases, Mark?
Wow, I think it's a lot easier to have the ball in hand, and if you shake it off, you just keep going because you know the defense is getting tired. So all it takes sometimes is just that word again, Joey, is patience. And they certainly showed a lot by the pick and drive display they had. It must have been 10 or 11 in a row. Exceptional defensive stand as well from DC. Let's not forget that, right on their try line to hold Anthem out as long as they did.
Yeah, just for safety.
Busy doctor, gotta have a lot of patience.
Safety. You need a sub?
And what do you think about with Anthem? As they continue to, like we talked about, that killer instinct, you talk about the aggression with the offense. They're going against the best tackling team in the league, by the way, that has 2 of the top tacklers in the league. Corey Daniel really tops off that list as the league leader. And Simon Cross and the rest of the staff continue to emphasize how important that is. From a technical side, they're even imploring it with a lot of folks in the Northern Virginia area here at Fairfax as Corey Daniel gets that work. Former D1 wrestler at North Carolina. Clearly employing a lot of those abilities. It's turned over though off a big pop. Rob Harley couldn't handle it. On the pass there, Marcus Fulau works it out, and it's poked forward. Now it's a chase. Connor Mooneyham, or Luke Carty rather, gonna try to track that one down. Damian Hoyland working back to Jason Robertson, and a little kick for territory. Jordan Trainer, an opportunity for a little punt return here. Auckland native at over 1,000 meters gained in 2023. A standout back for Utah with Joel Hodgson during their best season as a Western Conference final participant. This one's poked forward by Akina. It'll trickle out of touch.
Not a bad result for Anthem at all. Clever little stab ahead from Akina. Yes, probably would have liked to keep the ball in hand and see if they could get up into the 22 zone and maintain possession, because they've kicked it over the sideline. They'll hand over the line out to DC, but they are in the right end of the field, Anthem. Chipping away at that territory battle. The turnover as well, midfield, you called it, Joey. A little shift in momentum at the moment.
Kirby Myhill, skied over top. Corey Daniel spins out of that tackle briefly, gets wrestled down eventually there by Campbell Robb. Central Washington hooker. Second overall pick, accompanying his teammate, Will Sherman.
Not his best kick. John Lefebvre come off the side of the boot a little bit. Just what Anthem wants. Anthem did a better job as well, making them work out and not give away penalties. So they're making it hard for them to come out of their red zone.
How about that? Take a look at some of the best try scorers. Campbell Robb is in there. What an impressive campaign as a rookie. A lot of those came in through some of the first few weeks. Tom Pittman works it down. Back row player Ali Kane. First MLR start here today. 21 previous appearances, all as a reserve. And then Anthem debut against Chicago in their first matchup this year. Round number 3. Back Damakina. Taking no prisoners. Jordan Jackson Hope on the wrong end of that one. How about this effort from Anthem? This is a different group that started out than originally we thought we might get as they turn it over here, though. Shades of what has been plaguing them over the last few weeks, and knocked on off the fumble there by Damian Hoyland.
Another let off for Anthem. They have to capitalize on this now. They had control of the ball, putting the pressure on. Great run from Tonga in behind the advantage line. DC on their defense, that was just an error. Looked like Monson just put the ball to the ground and putting his body on the line. Corey Daniel diving on that one. And then Hoyland. You'd never see that from the 15 of DC. He was obviously one play ahead in his mind before taking care of the first task, which was catch the ball, bring it in. Looked like he wanted to pump that downfield. Obviously no one home. When it's a quick turnover like that, you catch the opposition out of position, because they were attacking only moments before. So then when you turn the ball over, you now have to shift yourself into a defensive format, and there was obviously no one home. Another let off for Anthem.
If you do get a turnover like that, why don't you just pop it forward with the kick every time? Right? Is it just you kind of read where you're at and where everybody else is at and just see if you could? Or do you employ that strategy more if you're a coach?
No, it's a great question. It's obviously what's in front of you. You can't always see everything that these players see. Sometimes there might be somebody as a safety net in defense, making that little kick ahead impossible.
Pittman, big tackle from Jason Robertson. That was textbook. Good run on there by Baden Godfrey. Safodian and Anthem.
No, blue, no!
Got the rocket shoes on. They're trying to go quickly right before halftime. Perhaps even the score or even take the lead. Tom Pittman can't handle it. It'll be a knock on. Jordan Trainer collects it, but all for naught. Anthem continue to squander some of their opportunities here in the offensive end as in the late goings here the first half. A hot day in Fairfax.
I know. Thank you for
Once again, this is the problem that Anthem have. Pittman, and that was right to his breadbasket. Once again, I think he was thinking of the next play after catching it before catching it properly. He did have a defender right there. Wouldn't be too hard on the young man. The ball comes back on the inside to you. He might not have been expecting it either.
Crouch!
Regardless, it's those little errors once again that are frustrating Anthem, especially at this end of the field, Joey.
Oh, Glory wants to go quickly. How about John Lefebvre? Oh boy, it's a breakaway for Old Glory DC. John Lefebvre, I'll do it myself. What a run from 9.
One of the best individual tries you will see this season, folks. John Lefebvre from the scrum. No one would have thought that opportunity would present itself from all the way down in their own territory. We've seen him do this in sevens rugby, remember, folks, there's a lot less players on the field. He just leaves a wake of white jerseys behind him. Look at the pace and the swerve. The would-be tacklers in pursuit, all in vain. And this DC crowd have been treated to one hell of a try. John Lefebvre, Simon Cross speaks very highly of this young number 9, doesn't he, Joey?
We just have an embarrassment of riches as far as scrummies go here in the MLR as the 40th minute ticks away. Halftime ends with an exclamation by John Lefebvre. How does he even get away? Anthem completely fell asleep at the wheel.
I'll tell you how, that acceleration. Anthem weren't expecting it. He took off and then put the afterburners on.
Halftime will roll on. Old Glory 19-7 after that highlight.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.
Back and forth we went through the first parts. It looked like all Old Glory mark, and then Anthem answered a little bit until that final try as we stand 12 ahead for Old Glory.
This was 3 minutes in. Ben Bonasso with the try. Great lead-up work again from his team. Lots of patience in offense, DC. At the 18th minute, it was Jason Robertson this time after some lead-up work from his forwards, putting it through the hands. Great ball there from Martinez. And that was Aiden King who scored that one. Robertson all the way, regathers, but it was denied from an earlier infraction, so that one didn't go on the scoreboard, but this one did from Anthem. Finally, they hit back Dom Akina after some build-up work from the forwards close to the DC try line. And finally, they crossed the whitewash at the 32nd minute. 12 points to 7 at this stage, and then one of the best individual tries you will see, not just in Major League Rugby, but World Rugby. John Lefebvre takes it all the way. He had no right to do it either right before the halftime break. 19-7.
Well, right now, as we stand, thanks to that final try there, the meters wavered pretty close until that final try by John Lefebvre. Very impressive first half so far.
You're so right, Joey. It was even, but that was about 60 metres of those metres made by DC with John Lefebvre. But look, this is where it's killing Anthem. 8 turnovers compared to 3. They need to pick that up in the second half.
Halftime rolls on from DC.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted. Unfiltered. Unapologetic. United. Major League Rugby.
The MLR fan cam continuing to show us what it's like in the experience of game day. You can experience that yourself if you are able to get to one of the fan-filled action days. Follow us on all social media, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, X, whatever you prefer. Get involved. You might even find yourself in your tweet on air. Halftime rolls on here from DC.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted. Unfiltered. Unapologetic. United. Major League Rugby.
exciting day for the Major League Rugby Championship.
Months of sacrifice, 80 minutes of battle, and it all starts with this whistle.
Tap right into the breadbasket there. What a try for Chicago. Oh boy, the championship is near, and Old Glory want a crack at getting there to Chicago. The last time it was there back in 2023, New England got their first of 3 championships in a row. You have your chance to get your tickets now. Scan that QR code on your screen. It is going to be a beautiful day at SeatGeek Stadium in Bridgeview, Illinois. What a time. And we could have a host also be in that title game if Chicago continues their undefeated season. As we think about where we stand right now, if the score were to hold right now, Old Glory would not get the bonus point yet, but they would potentially win. And if New England gets no points tomorrow, Old Glory gets in, and Simon Cross would feel, Mark, pretty confident against the Hounds if they were to draw that matchup, which they most likely will if they do get in.
Yeah, given the way that they've shown up against, nearly beat Chicago last week. I mean, really, it came down to the wire. And he expressed to us they're quietly confident. They've got to get through this game first, obviously.
Right.
But as he said, this is where they start to turn it around, this phase of the season, and they bring that form in at the right end. They will be quietly confident against Chicago next week. But that's a world away, Joey.
No doubt, no doubt. They got to focus at the mission at hand, and fans know that as well. Great day here in Fairfax, especially with the culture that has been instilled in Northern Virginia. You know, our fellow commentator, rugby aficionado Bree Kim, also from this area as well. And she talks about it all the time. Some of the best American rugby is in this area. Part of the reason why the MLR wants to have a franchise playing in Fairfax is to continue to vibrate that culture. Days like today's show why, especially if Old Glory can make a late push here and peak at the right time.
Don't people from the Northeast always say it's pretty much the best of everything in that area, Joey?
They say that, but the championship's in Chicago, right? Right. That's where a lot of the best comes from. Correct. The Sons of the American Revolution continue to be a part of the fanfare here today. A special day here for Old Glory, and a hot one too.
Life is good.
But I see the little USA Eagles logo there as well. There's plenty of them on the pitch here today, and they've been showing out this season as members of the MLR. There are your point leaders right now. Jason Robertson has a few more to add on already as he's tied for 3 there with Chris Helsenbeck. It was a real treat to watch last week. But Kobe Millen in his first season, he was signed 9 weeks before the start of the year from a Western Force fly half, is really impressive. Of course, David Kutzer, we also expect that from him as well, to be in the top 5.
Wonderful players in that top 5. Naturally, Hodgson as well. Moved around, not playing in their usual environment, but you're right about Milne. He's done exactly what was asked of him for California. Hilsenbeck as well for Chicago. Such a solid 10, just links so well, underplays his game. Great kicker of the ball, even better passer. Lucardi might not have the points, but can also put him up there as one of the classiest 10s in the game.
Where was the most American city you ever played rugby? I know you didn't play actually in America, but if you had to compare anything that was like rival the culture around it.
I've done some coaching, Joey.
Yeah.
Coached Santa Monica Dolphins when I first moved to America, so bounced around, took the team on some sevens tournaments as well. Oh, I mean, we played in Des Moines. That was fun.
In
Iowa.
Florida of the Midwest. Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah, a lot of corn.
You don't say. Well, this is the nation's capital, and America 250 coming up here pretty soon. Seth Smith is going to be checking in here for Anthem. He's going to don the 29 jersey. The biggest one they had. This house. Looks like Zion Going is also there in 22 at scrum half. So, second half adjustments. What say you, former Australian international Mark Stabina?
Yeah, again, it was just lacking discipline with ball in hand. Some wonderful rugby from Anthem, but I think Kuka Cavalieri will be telling them again, keep the ball in hand, especially when you're up in DC's zone. And for DC, they started to fall away a little bit. Some errors crept in, some penalties as well. So if they can keep it squeaky clean with their discipline, deny Anthem the ball and frustrate them, just squeeze them the way they were for those first 2 tries.
Let's go, Old Glory fans. Get on your feet and make some noise for the start of the second half. Let's go.
There is Amelia Luciano. She serves, much to our pleasure as the MLR broadcasting family, as one of our, what do you want to call it? In and out. I'm really drawing a blank on the word, but she helps us a ton with deliberating what officials are deciding on, especially for calls. Good to see her in action here today. Appreciate Millie and her efforts. All right, Anthem had a ton of momentum there in that second part of the first half after that hydration break. A ton of momentum. Damakina had that first try. Here they go again. It's flipped forward. That was deflected by Old Glory and picked up there this time. There, Jordan Jackson Hope on the second effort. So Anthem picked up right where they left off on one heck of a play, but another error goes by the wayside here for Anthem Rugby Carolina. And Robertson will boot this away.
Joey, the frustrations continue. Just the start that Anthem seemed to have wanted. Akina down the sideline. Brilliant play, but pushing the pass. It's that lack of patience. Easy for us to say in the booth.
Alex Mon also checked in here for Anthem and for Oliver Kane. The usual number 3, as Ollie Kane got his first start. Seth Smith hanging out. Worked back. This is Baden Godfrey. Talk about where Anthem needs to get better inside that 22, if they can get there. Big effort from Seth Smith. How about that? Damakina works it down. Zion Going, the drink stirrer for this group. As Luke Carty pokes it forward, Connor Mooneyham trying to catch up. He'll actually tackle Perry Humphreys, the vice captain for this group of Old Glory. They are just 1 meter ahead of that goal line. Mark, nearly a scare there for Old Glory as they almost gave up their second try. See if Lefebvre is up to some funny business as well. Actually kick this one out, at least get a little bit of breathing room here for Old Glory in the lineup.
Lineup, Anthem.
Good pressure play from Anthem. Solid work. The nudge ahead. Right here. With his back turned as well, Cardi just putting it through. Mooneyham, we haven't said his name anywhere near enough in this game. An exceptional work by DC to clean that up. And here comes Anthem with another chance.
Benasso ready for the force that is Seth Smith. Whistle blown here on the penalty. Cardi will try to jockey here for some position. Seen an instant impact. Ball carrying and some force there with Seth Smith coming off as a reserve. It's a hot day today, and I'm sure these 3 subs for Anthem are not going to be the last that we see. Old Glory chooses not to make any changes as far as I can tell.
Joey, this line out has been operating better today, so
yep, no
great opportunity here now. Driving Maul was superb just moments ago. Oh, put the curse on them, Joey. Tell me to shut up.
Look what you've done. Corey Daniel takes a hit. Doesn't seem to affect him either. Perry Humphreys launches this one. Held up nicely here by Jordan Traynor. Popped up high in the air. He'll try to retrieve it himself. Poked forward again by 15. Bit of a fumble here by John Rizzo, the Indiana native.
Unlucky, nice for it.
And Hoosier can't handle it there.
Superb skill yet again from Traynor. Hasn't he been a standout this season for Anthem? Here's that error at the line out. Not so much an error as much as it was Rob Harley getting his mitts on the ball. But then Traynor with the kick ahead, the chase from Roberts. A little fumble because of the pressure coming through. That's what happens, kids. A kick is only as good as its chase.
Set!
Julian Roberts proving that expression right there, forcing the error, and Anthem once again on the charge.
Here they go. Chance to score. It's Julian Roberts in the outside channel. Works it down. Big opportunity here for Anthem. They squander it though briefly. Now playing advantage and knocked on. Was it Tom Pittman? No, not Tom Pittman was intended.
Number 1,
Regardless,
backwards and after blue here, boys.
He's called the knock on against DC. Elias Garza, number 1 for Anthem, fumble that. So this will show us.
Yes,
let's
it
see.
is.
Elias Garza couldn't handle that one, Mark.
That's good.
He couldn't.
That's good.
I guess Federico Anselmi was happy with that ball coming backwards off Garza, because that was surely a knock-on from him, but we don't have the same angle as the ref.
Thank you, brother.
And he is explaining his thought process with Benasso as Rob Harley gets tended to.
Are you okay, Rob? Yes? Let's go.
Great day here in Fairfax. A hot one.
For my side was
very
okay.
low amount of clouds. Simon
okay,
Cross feeling it as well.
Nothing clear.
Stay in touch with the team year round.
Some mad flow.
Okay, but I saw Rob, the first one I saw Rob.
The head man here for Old Glory.
We are ready. Let's go, boys.
So we'll reset. And Cougar Cavalieri's team is within reach here. He's had that stern expression over the last 6 weeks. 6 rounds, rather, including maybe that bye week as well.
He knows he's got the players to do it, Joey.
Right.
That's the thing. It's just
Come on, boys.
12 different players on the extended squad.
fantastic stuff. Yeah, really building future USA Eagles. That's part of their mission. And again, just he knows if that pass doesn't get knocked on, if it just gets brought in, if that tackle, that one tackle doesn't get missed, it's made. And they have very different results this season.
Been a very successful scrum team this season.
You said!
Maybe an opportunity to bite into this lead a little bit. Zion going in the outside for Akina. Akina shakes off a would-be tackler. Julian Roberts is there to play backup. Work it down to Seth Smith, trudging forward. It's a Herculean effort from Anthem on that last try. This is a lot of what happened with Old Glory holding up. This is Johan Momsens trying to spin down for a little more territory. They're poking and pounding forward with some of the forward line. They eventually found the backs. Maybe that's what they'll do here again. Work down. This is Will Sherman. Martinez Tapia is out there. Lucardi in the outside. It's Connor Mooneyham, and he gets tackled down. Just that slight hesitation was enough for Damian Hoyland to catch up to him. They'll try to reverse fields here with Johan Momsen once again. Seth Smith getting rolled up there with Paul Mullen. Zion going back to Will Sherman. The first 7 minutes here, Anthem really seems to be on the toes, finding themselves in scoring position.
You have the ball, my man.
But closing the deal has been elusive as a concept here for Anthem this season, especially late. There's Cardi, works it back to Pittman, nearly found Mooneyham, and a whistle. Federico and Salmi.
Two clear infringement, no running away, no running away. Off the ball, number 5.
Evaluating those last phases.
5 off the ball, unacceptable, yes. 3 penalties off the ball, here. Oh, you have, captain!
Oh, uncharacteristic of DC there, Joey. A yellow card.
Okay. Off the ball, number 5.
They lead the league in least number of yellow cards this season, only 6. Anthem, on the other hand, are leading the league in number of yellow cards. 13 this season. That's also been their Achilles heel. Struggling to keep all their players on the field makes it very difficult. Now the advantage is with them.
No doubt. So a player in the sin bin here for DC. That's Nongali. Had a yellow card 2 weeks ago against California. Can Anthem take advantage? Looks like they're ready to. With the extra man, Zion going. 22 in white. Gonna try to propel this group. Big pass to Pittman. Cardi on the outside. It's intercepted. And they're going to call Hoyland offside. The beautiful mane was nearly flowing.
So you have a yellow card for the infringement, and this one was so clear early. Okay? So if we have another infringement, it's going to be another yellow card. Yes, for sure. Pelota. Well done. Early drive.
Love how he takes charge.
Wait.
Federico and Selmy.
No worries.
Unwavering.
All good?
So Cardi
Time back on.
going to place it ever closer. Here it looks about 1 meter ahead of where he kicked it from.
Anthem clearly trying to take advantage of this one-player advantage in the pack. Great way to do it is from the line out. Provided you execute cleanly, Seth Smith not long on the field, so he's trying to find his groove. A couple of good throws, one went wayward.
Fair contest.
Here we go.
Fair contest.
Sherman down. Seth Smith's got it. 29 in white. Just trying to inch forward, closer and closer to that try line. Everybody getting involved for Seth Smith, and Anthem scores. The hand of Molnier. Anthem's back in it.
Wonderful forwards try from Anthem, taking advantage of the yellow card to DC. They've been piling on the pressure against Old Glory. They are well in this match now, Anthem. Clinical drive. DC doing their best. Thought they might have thwarted their efforts. But it was just too much power coming through. Nice and tight in their execution.
Again, winning it, raffle ticket number
a worthy
5145.
reward for that man there, the young Seth Smith, wearing the 29 jersey.
099. Pick up your prize at the merch tent.
Seth Smith wearing 29. How do we feel about that? I'm going to defer to you, Mark, as a traditional rugby great. But a little alternate number, I don't think hurts as long as it's not too irregular, right?
No, as long as we can see it.
Yeah, that's what we really care
about. That's all I really care about. There's no mistaking Seth Smith, though. You don't really need a number on his back to know that that's him on the field. But yes, I understand the intention of the question. It's not necessarily traditional for rugby. This isn't American football where players seem to choose any old number that they want.
forward.
But I am fine with it. 39, now we'd be having a different conversation.
Really?
Still in the 20s.
All right, yeah, that's true. For me, as long as it's a black number on those white jerseys and not just a black outline on the numbers, we're good.
Perdón que te hablé mal, pero
Oh, glory.
doble banking sin
Thank
pedo, mira.
goodness they have that white box around those dark blue numbers.
No lo veo, venga de este lado. No se ve. No te digo que sí.
Seth Smith as well. He's a football player, a wrestler, and a rugby player, of course.
Whether you're part of the scrum or watching from the stand,
He was introduced to rugby by his dad and former Houston Sabercat. When he was 17, he became the youngest player in history to sign with Major League Rugby.
Good out, Seth.
Part of the
No 19! No 19, no!
elevation system there with Houston, part of the Sabercats
Don't
too.
change.
Now Old Glory,
Get out, 19, get out.
still a man down in the sin bin. A 5-point lead. Corey Daniel and the rest of this group are trying to put Anthem away, but of course they would love not only to score to do that, they just don't want to hold off Anthem as
What
much
you
as
have
they
to
can.
do? Come on, man.
They want to get that fourth try to at least guarantee a bonus point. As that one is
He can roll
fumbled
from
away
this
and
side,
knocked
no
out.
from the other side.
Penalty, DC.
Federico Alzami continuing to
Yeah, brother, but make
pour the
ball
business
so
there
slow.
for these groups.
Player he seems to be chastising there. Number 7, Marcus Fualau. Really pushing the boundaries in the ruck, trying to come through and counter ruck. And as you heard Federico Anselmi say, you're slowing the ball down. You're making it so slow.
Yeah, but no, he's rolling in the wrong way.
Not just trying to roll away, rolling the wrong way. Getting in the way of quick recycling for DC. Clear as day as well.
Similar position for Old Glory as last week against Chicago. They were ahead
Don't
by as
change,
many as
19,
2
don't
tries
change.
before they gave it up to the Hounds. Simon Cross to do away with some of that and put the hammer down early. That ball's fumbled away though. Baden Godfrey scoops it. Another key turnover here from Old Glory. Bounced down there on the pass from Don McKenna. Cardi working the outside. Nice play. Jordan Trainer and Connor Mooneyham working back, but it's whistled by Millie Luciano.
Such a shame as well. Staring at another try. Anthem. Brilliant play leading up to that after the turnover. And this is where the turnover happened. Watch Akina coming in just in vision. You can forgive Deborah Schmidt for dropping that ball. When you see a Dom Akina flying in
No way.
to try and knock you backwards, it's going to make it very difficult to keep the ball in hand. And just here, excellent angle there from our cameraman. Ooh,
Tight one.
okay. We got that one away, but play on.
Anthem comes away with
Oh,
a
what a shame.
fortunate bounce. Briefly. Don McKenna, by the way, a Western Oregon football player.
Just yet another little innocuous error. Seth Smith, you can see, disappointed with himself. Did well, took it into contact, and then just on the ground, couldn't quite control it. The slightest of slight knock-ons on the ground.
Time off, no water, no water. No water, no water.
Johan Momsen
Time back
getting
on.
the fingers taped back up.
Let's go.
I'm sure you had a.
Millie, I am
How
on
are
the other
hands
side.
looking? Any dislocations back in the day?
No dislocations, thankfully. But, oh yeah, sometimes I got caught in the wrong spot.
Just your opponents had some broken ankles, I imagine.
Crouch!
Thanks, Joey. Not quite.
Bye! Set!
Into the first 15,
Take him
Anthem,
back,
a
take him
try
back.
on the
Stay
board.
blue.
Old Glory trying to hold them off. A turnover back at the other end. Connor Mooneyham sprawling to catch that ball out of the air.
Stay back.
Just plucked it off the deck.
No, blue, no, no. Stay in the rat.
Johan Momsen getting over that
Stay back.
Sequence just to handle their business and keep this possession here for Anthem. This group stands at 13 points today. They need a lot of help if they're to come away with a win. That ball is potentially out of the hands, a little bit slippery there for Jordan Trainer, who went forward.
Got excited there, Jordan. Saw some space out wide. Trying to counter-attack. Why not? From Anthem. Comes the kick up the side. But what about this catch from Mooneyham?
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's an outfielder grab right
Yes, exactly what I was thinking. Oh, that's how it's done, kids. That is commitment. Commitment to the ball. Not just that, just how quickly he got to his feet and then drove forward. Bought his support time to get back, get over the ball. Great stuff from the right winger.
To remove barriers and keep the focus on player development and fun. To get involved or learn more, email.
Starting to see more of him, aren't we, Joey? We barely noticed him in that first half, Connor Mooneyham.
Alex Hernandez sub in for Garza. Yeah, you're absolutely right. He made quite the statement in week 1 against California, scoring that beautifully done try, one of the best of the season still, on his 30th birthday. And he really came out of the scene. One of those guys that Kuka Cavalieri and the rest of the staff are really excited. Mark Carney also really excited about his potential to be an Eagle and his impact in the future.
Sometimes as a winger, the play just happens to come your way more often than not. When it doesn't, as we're probably seeing now from Connor Mooneyham, you have to go looking for it. It's risky to go out of position, but someone like Mooneyham, he can handle it.
James Deal, you're absolutely right. It seems to take Anthem Rugby so much effort to score than in our opposition lately. And, you know, to your point earlier about how Kuka Cavalieri was expressing just where some of their shortcomings are. It's just that killer instinct in the 22 and that confidence that they need to have on offense. Seen a couple of tries squandered away. Corey Daniel shaking off a tackle there by Luke Carty. Would not want to see Corey Daniel coming down the tracks. Wouldn't want to be in the opposite end of that. On the opposite end of that one. Fave to boot it high in the air. Wrestled down, out of touch. Beautifully done by Old Glory. That'll get the crowd hyped up.
I can see my side, I can't see anything. On the ball. Yeah.
Cardi was on the
ball for me.
Opposite end of that one.
He's going down on the ball.
And he's a little bit shaken up.
Not much Luke Carty can really do in that situation. You got to commend him for putting his body on the line. He knew as he went up for that ball, he had 2 DC players bearing down on him, and he still took the ball. Did his best to stay in the field of play, but in that position there, you can just chalk that up to well-executed kick and chase from DC, and Carty paying the price for putting his body on the line. Tough customer.
No doubt.
He'll be fine. So once again, that kick, Carty just knows. You take one glance at the opposition.
1-4.
Okay, maybe that tackle coming in from Aiden King has created some attention.
Okay. Send back off.
Challenge. Back off.
And so the sin bin has about 30 seconds remaining. So
they want to challenge the contact because contact in the air or. Okay.
Seemed to me the contact in the air was fine, Joey. In rugby, you're not allowed to touch the player that's up in the air until he lands with both feet. But I think it was the second tackler coming in, Aiden King, that may have been a touch high. Let's have a look. So let's see if Carty gets to the ground safely. Oh, no, that was close. Maybe
in the air is different story. So
yes,
in the air is nothing.
Got to make that clear right away, though. That
maybe I'm wrong.
This thing to Federico
Like he's laughing with us.
Anselmi.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
I'm wrong. Yeah,
exactly.
it's the second one that we're looking at.
Yeah.
And he's probably thinking back to real time in fast time. It did look like
challenge
Cardi
is
had landed
for
safely
India.
before the tackle was made.
Federico's still not sure. I think he knows that Kuka wouldn't go after the in the air one, right? It's got to be the second one.
I think he's
Early
got
contact,
both.
penalty only.
Yeah.
Agree with that? Agree with that? Okay,
choose
my
from.
bad. After we review the situation, we see a contact in the air, so it's going to be penalty only, and Anthem remind the challenge.
That was a
Penalty only
worthwhile
in the air.
challenge
Definitely.
Penalty only in the air. It is
from
what it is.
Anthem. Yes, penalty only, but it's either that or DC with a line-out
only.
throw.
In the air.
So penalty only, and
There's your mark.
think about where it could change for Anthem.
But it was really tight.
I know. But
Really tight. Really tight. Really tight. Okay. Just bring it on.
And Mark, you think about his assessment, he's still going back and forth on in the air, or if it was a high tackle. He landed on in the air, I would presume, but either way,
One!
Well, he was hit.
we play on.
He was
Yeah.
definitely hit before he landed. So that's what the penalty was for. The challenge was upheld.
We're back at even strength. Nevertheless,
Fair enough.
now
Play
Gali
on.
is back in.
Nothing
Big
wrong.
contact there. He
Nothing wrong.
briefly
Play
had the
on.
ball.
Ball is there in my side. You said backwards, play, backwards.
Going, lost the handle on it. Gonna call a knock on there. Tom
Find the
Pittman
ball enough.
tumbled down. Big contact there near the halfway line. So going works it
Ball
back
here.
to Marquez Fualau.
Stay wide,
Eric
stay,
Storty now
stay.
came in on the last sequence there. For Connor Mooneyham, 23, makes the tackle on Jason Robertson.
No, why, no,
Nearing
no.
the second
Get out.
hydration break.
No, why, don't touch the line.
Both teams have some frenetic paces moving. That's knocked out briefly. Akina holds on to it. Kind of crawls forward.
Yes, do it.
Army style.
Yeah.
Connor Robinson in from My Hill. Luke Carty going to try to poke this one forward, and Roberts can't catch up to it in time. He is fast, but not fast enough for that particular toe poke.
That's great play from Anthem as well. Good game management. Akina pouncing on the loose ball. He did well. Got his team moving forward. And then quickly across. Jordan Trainer with a big pass out to Luke Carty. Saw the space in behind. Do we run? Do we try and
Why? Don't close.
get in behind with ball in hand?
Thank
Or
you.
just keep DC down this area? So it was a good play. See if they can keep the squeeze on. And they've done it.
Anthem with a lot of momentum right now here in this second half. This is a completely different team than what we saw last week. Fualau keeping the legs churning.
Play on, my man.
Back for going. Trying to get this party continued as Seth Smith gets worked down. Alejandro Martinez Tapia to Tom Pittman. Cardi on the outside. Jordan Trainer finds Eric Storty for the pylon.
I don't think he's in, Joey. They're celebrating. If he is,
Just give me the ball.
fantastic work from Anthem. If not, even better cover defense from DC.
Okay,
And
so
Luciano, our
No.
resident expert,
what is
deliberating there.
the first thing that we have? Do you think that we
Anselmi.
have touch first or grounding? Okay.
And you're saying
Perfect.
not-
Yeah, fair enough. So on-field decision try? Okay.
Yep.
Referee, on-field review, on-field decision is a try. We need to check footing chat.
So what are you looking for here, Mark?
Well, I didn't know if he got grounded. I thought he might get bundled over the sideline. Watch that corner post. And it might be a foot out as well. Oh, he's in. That's a try. That is incredible stuff.
All in the air.
I'm happy with the grounding.
That is brilliant
stuff. Beautiful.
Yeah, the corner flag is irrelevant. If he hits it now, there used to be a rule where you can't touch the corner flag first. You need to ground the ball. But it doesn't matter if you're. All you need to be is in the air, have no part of your body out, and that's over on the sideline, which is what they were looking for. It doesn't matter if he's hitting the corner post.
It's not clear.
If you're an American football fan, it would count as a touchdown, right? If you hit the pylon. Not so in rugby. You got to dot it down.
After a referee review, try instead. We have grounding. No clear touch.
Oh, I love that they proved me wrong. What a try, Storty.
Gorgeous.
Such a great try for Anthem, and they are now
tied up
and frustrating this DC team, and the crowd has gone silent.
But think about how critical that rescinded try has become from the first half. You know, we've seen a couple real highlight runs at this whole thing. I think Michelangelo depicted Eric Storty's pose there on the top of the Sistine Chapel. Lucardi, a pivotal conversion here. Looks good.
What a kick.
What a
pinpoint from number 10, a fly half for Anthem. 2 tries and 2 conversions unanswered. Anthem Rugby Carolina trying to give the playoffs a shake here against Old Glory as they take the lead here in the second hydration break.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.
Our second hydration break brought to you by Recover 180, the organic sports hydration drink built for today's athlete. Anthem Rugby Carolina have found a resurgence. They are digging deep and now getting their 3rd try. So as you think about some of the implications, Anthem cannot afford to let Old Glory get that 4th try and earn a bonus point. They have to hold them off and get another try in order to get 5 points today. That would put them at 18, just ahead of Old Glory, and then they have to hope that New England lays an egg tomorrow against Chicago. So that's what's at stake here in the final 20, or 18 rather. So, Mark, things got a lot more interesting. We were expecting maybe Old Glory, especially with the way they started this matchup. Anthem just seemed just asleep at the wheel, quite frankly. They have completely turned it around here in the second half.
And I'm not saying it is a case, but it's more of a question. Is it a case of just taking Anthem a little too lightly? Knowing that they have Mount Everest to climb to get into the playoffs. DC at home, the way they played against Chicago, almost won that game against the league's best undefeated team. Did they come in with a little bit too much complacency? And again, we don't want to take anything away from the effort of Anthem today,
Right.
especially early in this second half. They've really stepped up.
I think it goes to show how this game, because it is so fluid, it can change on a dime. It's what's beautiful about it as the scrum collapses.
And now scrum penalties are going their way, which they weren't in the first half.
Right.
DC gaining ascendancy in the scrum. Cardi's been kicking for line superbly all day. So important to have a kicker that can do that, because when you get those penalties, if you're able to match it with huge gains in territory as well. Take one more look at this try. Look at that backline play. Trainer. Great effort from, I thought it was Robertson coming across, but Storty, take a bow. What a try.
Big time hit there on the outside. Doesn't matter. They play it forward on the hop. Damien Hoyland seen quite a few of those in his day at his first Scottish cap back in 2015. Old Glory has never lost to Anthem. They really handled business down in Charlotte at American Legion Memorial Stadium.
No.
Started to talk about it. If Anthem can pull this away, it changes things. But for Old Glory, they really gave Chicago the business last week. By far the closest match that Chicago has played, apart from California just a few weeks ago. Hoyland pins this one past the halfway line. It's on a touch. 3 tries apiece. A 2-point matchup. Old Glory have to win today in order to have a chance at the playoffs. So much has changed, of course, in the MLR, with now every week becoming so important. Both these teams have suffered some severe losses, unfortunately, to put them in this position, but it's made for some drama and excitement here in the final round of the regular season. Basically a playoff game.
Stay.
So in at scrum half for Old Glory DC, Aiden Ridgway, former 2024 draft pick, 7 MLR appearances. He's 21 in blue. Over top, tapped on nicely there. Connor Devos.
Play on it.
Ridgway trying to get involved. Whistle blown, back to Anthem.
Marcus
Got
Full
14 minutes here. Yeah, go ahead.
That penalty there from the number 7. DC on the charge. They stole the line out. McRowe's doing well. A little miscue between thrower and jumper for Anthem. First they hit, sit down, son, and then sees the ball and says, I'll take that, thank you very much. And now all of a sudden, Anthem down in the 40-metre area of DC. Frustrations continue for the home team.
Finding the right vehicle has never been easy. Shop today at choosing.com. We're even bringing the next ride straight to your home or office.
They have not carried possession much at all in the second half. Seth Smith continuing to be a force here for Anthem. Zion going. The territory battle, says Damakina. He has been so good today, just pulling defenders with him as he goes down.
They retreat, play.
Back here for Will Sherman. Knocked on briefly there, and Federico and Selmy waving it back here for Old Glory.
Okay.
Somebody's still down there on the deck.
Come on, one set. Are you okay? Okay.
It's a combination of being extremely flat,
Time off, no
but
water.
also
babe.
having the
Time
ball
off,
rocketed
no
into
water.
your chest,
Time off,
right
no
on the
water.
defensive line.
He's okay. He's okay. Let's go, come on.
So Johan Momsen down once again, and captain for this group. Hard to take him out of the game.
Stay. He doesn't do anything wrong. He stay there. You just
Hernandez.
from your by, my man.
This group is just so resilient here in this second half. Old Glory got to find it here for that final try.
Yeah, have a look.
The win, because it makes it a lot easier for New England to stomach it if Anthem does win. Old Glory, you put the pressure on New England to win.
Tie back on.
If it's Anthem, get the head-to-head if you're New England. All you got to do is get that fourth try on the bonus point or lose by less than 7.
You are set, you have time.
Tomorrow,
I
but
say
of
crouch,
course.
you have to go crouch. No, it's not safety.
Old
Come
Glory
on.
is only
Next one is a free
focused
kick.
on
Simple, boys.
securing
Come on. You
this
said already.
victory
Come on,
today to
boys.
really put the pressure on New England.
Yeah, let me know where you are.
11 minutes and counting to go.
Crouch. 5.
OGDC. They're
Set.
more than capable of making a playoff push if they can get in there as well. Aiden Ridgway works it back. Here's Old Glory out in front. Damian Hoyland, a fullback. Got in the outside channel.
Stay back. Stay back.
Have to carry on. Big tackle there. Jordan Trainer raises the hand up, and Anthem will reset.
Always like to explain to new viewers to rugby exactly what happened there. Jordan Trainer calling the mark,
Go, Connor.
where he calls it audibly and raises the hand to tell the ref, I want a free kick, please, and then defenders have to stay away. He's got plenty of time. Of course, the difference is it's only a short arm penalty, so if he kicks it over the sideline the way he did there, he gives the line-out throw to the opposition. But at least it's a way just to reset, give his players a bit of a rest.
Robertson to Nangali. Tavita, a long-time Old Glory player. Works back. This is good from Old Glory DC. Laying it down. John Rizzo gets tackled there on the wing.
You said.
Into the outside channel. Ridgway. Led the 22, Corey
What is
Daniel.
that?
Noses forward. 10 minutes to go to keep your playoff hopes alive. And both these teams playing with that frenetic pace that we expect out of them, Mark. This is big. This is crunch time for both sides. Damian Hoyland works it down. Somehow lost the ball in the process, though.
Momsen.
Momsen covers it up. Off the peanut punch.
Put them over there. Holding on here.
Well, it was Momsen here. Watch as he makes the assist tackle. Not even, he just waited for that ball to be placed. No one was there for DC, but then Aiden Ridgway just pinches it back for DC.
Well done for the youngster. Ross Depperschmidt and Corey Daniel will trot off to the sideline. Great minutes today out of both of them.
We play now.
71.
Yeah, no, but
These guys are just tired, man.
subs.
Brutal battle in the heat.
With sub
Some
we
of them
play.
are used to it.
Time is off. No water.
Some internationals from warmer climates.
A really good point, Joey, and something worth considering now in this last 10 minutes in these hot conditions. Who is more conditioned to this?
Yep.
Anthem, they definitely have a younger team, and youthful exuberance tends to shine in moments like these with fitness.
I can roll there. Good. Be careful. Stay on it.
Laid back. Big impact here. Ridgeway just trying to get it. Trying to wiggle that ball out. It's worked back here for Jordan Jackson Hope and continuing out as this is booted forward. Jordan Trainer will collect.
This is danger territory now for Anthem. So little by little, DC have just been chipping away. These penalties could prove devastating for Anthem now. They're going to go to the corner. Robertson wants to put it 5 meters or less to that try line. He's done that, so now gargantuan task for this Anthem forward pack to stop the impending line-out driving maul. DC's best opportunity in a long time.
Work down, just 5 meters out. OGDC pursuing that bonus point and the lead.
Great defense.
Seriously is. Anthem really holding up. They know what's at stake. Have to hold off Old Glory for the point total to hold and just give them a chance. Fumbled away there by Nangali. They cover it back up, and Ridgeway will try to get this offense moving. Plenty of time. Work back for Bart Vermeulen. On the outside, Robertson pokes that forward. It's a race to the try line. It's covered up. Perry Humphreys, the vice captain. And a try against Anthem last week. Puts their playoff hopes to bed. And more importantly for Old Glory, they take the lead.
That kick ahead was playing advantage, so why not? Threading it through there, Jason Robertson, and then winning the race. It was a pure foot race. Going versus Humphreys, Humphreys versus Going. Humphreys for the try. He came off the back of some exceptional lead-up work. A couple of penalties helped their cause as well, DC. Thought Anthem might have stopped the try with that defense at the driving maul.
Really started to look like it, didn't it? And that conversion brings 4 tries for Old Glory DC to hammer the point. I know we're doing a lot of it, but as far as the permutations are concerned, that was huge for Old Glory to secure that bonus point.
Certainly was, Joey. Love seeing him do this stuff. He's so classy, Jason Robertson. Putting it on the left foot, the right foot, doesn't matter to him.
So good.
But once again, Kuka Cavalieri will be disappointed. It was a penalty after that defense of the driving maul. I saw it for a player not rolling away, so it was advantage the whole time. Didn't need to go to the penalty. But that gave DC the confidence. So caution to the wind, and they had another bite at the cherry if it didn't pay off, but it did.
So Glory at least retains 18 points. And Luke Hardy makes the catch. Final push from Anthem, but Old Glory
quickly
really putting it away.
The game can turn on its head, Joe.
Right. One heck of an effort from Anthem here, especially in the second half.
Celebrate Small Business Month in Fairfax City this May.
Just see there what a fierce competitor he is, Luke Hardy, especially with himself.
9! Hey! Time is off. Ball here. Let's go.
Mathematically, New England has 17 points right now, so Old Glory with that fourth try move into playoff position. If that holds and New England doesn't draw any points at all against Chicago, Old Glory is in, especially if they get the win here today.
Time back on, please.
If Anthem get their
Time back on.
lead, perhaps win.
Crouch!
Old Glory has the head-to-head.
Set!
Work back. Nicely done by Jordan Jackson Hope. He's come up big a couple of times today, Mark. Now Powers is in as well, 23 in blue. New York native, played for 3 different MLR sides.
Steal that! Steal that!
Ball is there. Stay ball. Stay there. No touch. Don't touch. Go back.
Robertson worked back on the outside. It's poked
Not going
forward.
to touch.
I think that deflected off an Old Glory
off his
player
head.
after the
Thank you.
tackle and a big
Thank you, Mikey.
hit there.
Line for the defense. No, no.
What the call is,
No, no, no. Move on.
he's going to play the knock on. He came off a Anthem hand in the attempt at the tackle and then ricocheted over the sideline. So still in hand for DC.
Right.
There's enough time for Anthem if they can get it back the way they're playing. Oh, well done at the line out,
What a
DC.
catch. Rick
Nobody.
Rose. Said extended player squad, first overall
17.
pick in 2023. Big catch on the line out.
And this is the
Sorry, stay in,
desperation from Anthem now to get their hands back on the ball. This is what happens. They push the boundaries and they push it too far and they give away penalty after penalty. They know they're running out of time.
It's the mark.
But DC now just holding them at arm's length, and this will certainly do it should Jason Robertson put this one over.
He's got, can't do the conversions in my head. At the moment, I think he's got 3. I think he missed 1 today, and he also scored a try. So as far as the league leaders are concerned, if you're thinking about that, Jason Robertson will move himself up surely in those rankings as well. He's tied with Chris Hilson-Beck of Chicago.
Well, he's kicked the most penalty goals in the league, I can tell you that, Joey.
And that one goes through as well.
And it's so valuable. It's so valuable when you've got someone that can just build the score and crush the hopes and dreams of the opposition. He's good at it.
It's a gutsy finish from Old Glory, especially with the way that Anthem came out in the second half. Golly takes that tumble trying to catch that ball. Aided briefly by his teammate.
Knock on.
With a knock on. With the whistle blown. So Old Glory will secure the victory. 5 points to their name. To put them at 22 total. Means that with New England would need to achieve a bonus point and a victory tomorrow against Chicago to tie Old Glory in that point total.
Crouch!
Five! Set! No. Over there. Over there. Oh, man. Yeah, no, play. Never in the ball. Leave it.
Final push here from Anthem. The final time. Old Glory gets it done in front of their home crowd for their 4th win. Nearly formalities here at this point. Old Glory
hard, brother. Look at it. Look at the clock. Hurry up! Don't close! Ball is available.
Old Glory finding themselves here in this spot, keeping their playoff dreams alive. And Simon Cross told us this week, we come away with the win and that bonus point. We feel like we can go toe-to-toe with Chicago, just like we did last week.
No, play.
It was that final
Win number. Leave it now.
10, 15 minutes that did them in against the Hounds, the best team in the MLR. They can find themselves at home against Chicago, then they can have a real crack at this championship. They get it done today. The mission was to win, and they've done it, Mark. Big-time victory for Old Glory.
Massive. Few wobbles there, Joey. A few wobbles that they're going to want to iron out going into the playoffs, should they get into the playoffs. But they did what they needed to do today. Great work for DC.
Post-game will roll on here from Fairfax. Stay with us. Old Glory, the victors over Anthem.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.
It was a victory for Old Glory, but not without a final push from Anthem to really make them a little bit nervous, Mark. Some great highlights here from the second half, and a great effort from Anthem.
Not just nervous, Joey. Anthem were in the lead after this. Storty,
Yeah.
with the effort into the corner, just got it down before getting bundled into touch. DC held firm. This one from Robertson with a deft touch, and then the chase from Humphreys. Had the crowd on their feet and got them back in the game. Penalties were killing Anthem. This one was the killer blow as Jason Robertson steps up, ice in his veins, and this would mean that Anthem could not come back with a minute to play and beat DC, so that effectively sealed the win for DC.
Let's take a look at our final head-to-head. The final matchup from Anthem. What a real good push, especially, taking that lead from where they were, where they needed to be. They nearly had DC. And you see it there. It was still one heck of an effort from the away side.
Very evenly matched, wasn't it? Especially with meters made. You saw a lot of great rugby being played by Anthem, particularly in the late stages. I've got to say those turnovers, while they were high for both teams, it really was the difference for Anthem. Again, at crucial times for them.
And a big reason why Old Glory was able to get ahead, especially in that first half. Captain America himself, Jason Robertson, took matters into his own hands, and he joins us now with the beautiful mullet. Jason, congrats on the win. You guys are ever closer to that playoff spot. Just take us through, especially that highlight try in the first half. And you guys took over in those first 40 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, the first 10 minutes we came out the blocks hot, and we know we needed to. And it's unfortunate we couldn't score more points in those first 20 minutes. But yeah, we got the job done in the end. It was a very ugly second half. That one of our worst of the season. But thank God we got the 5 points. And yeah, look forward to results going our way tomorrow.
Jason, well done today. Sorry to harp on it, mate. You said it was an ugly second half. I want you to expand on a little bit. What happened there? It seemed to be like the wheels fell off slightly.
Yeah, we couldn't get a foothold in the game. It was just error to knock on to penalty conceded. Yeah, it was a bit of a mess on our end, and I knew we had 15 minutes left there at the end. We just had, if we had a couple of positive phases, we'd get a result, and thankfully enough, we did.
Jason, you guys had won 1 out of the last 5 matches, and you felt like last week against Chicago, you really had the Hounds in your groups for a bit there. What's it going to take if you see them again, everything shakes out? What do you feel like you guys could do in the playoffs?
I mean, on our day, and I think that goes for any team in this comp, any team could be anybody, and whoever turns up on their day. So we've got to prepare well this week if we get the chance to play Chicago, results going our way, and yeah, just do what we do best and put out an 80-minute performance. If we do that, I'm sure we're a shout.
Well, Jason, well done again today. And a beautiful job. Wish you guys the best of luck going forward. See how tomorrow shakes out. Thanks for joining us here post-game.
Congrats, Jason.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. Cheers.
So Jason and company more than happy to get the victory in front of the home crowd on Military Appreciation Day. An incredible affair for Old Glory and Anthem. That's awesome. Tavita Nangali and his boy hanging out after a victory. Nothing like it on a beautiful day in Northern Virginia. And like Jason said, we have to see how tomorrow shakes out, but it's awesome that the fans get to be involved as well. They're all rooting for Old Glory DC as they will potentially hit the road on the playoffs. We're now joined by the head man of Old Glory DC, Simon Cross. Coach, thanks for taking some time with us. Congratulations on the win. A little bit hairy there in the second half. You guys found a way to get it done with that bonus point try, more importantly, the win.
Yeah, I mean, we credit to the boys for finding a way to win, and this time of year, it's all about finding the way to win. We didn't quite get the job done last week against Chicago, but it was really important today that we came out, we got those 4 tries, just to put the pressure back on New England for tomorrow. So now, you know, I need Chicago to go out and probably do us a favor, but the boys have done everything that we possibly could this week. So, yeah, I mean, it was a very nervy week. There's lots at stake, and I thought the first half, the way the boys played, the freedom they played within the first half was outstanding. And then Anthem came back hard at us in the second half. So, no surprises there. They've been a good side all year, and they put us under a lot of pressure for that last 20 minutes.
Simon, congratulations. Obviously, don't want to take anything away from that effort by Anthem, especially in the second half. We spoke with Jason Robertson, player of the match, and he did say one of the worst second halves he believes that you've had all season. What might you put that down to, and what are you going to be taking from today's second half into the playoffs, should you make it?
I think just it was discipline all round, really. We gave away 2 or 3 really silly penalties in that second half, which put us under pressure back in our 22. You know, Anthem have got a very physical game plan in terms of their one-out runners. They've also got a very good drive as well. So, you know, spending time in our 22 with a win behind us was disappointing because we talked about playing with the wind and pushing the game back towards their 22. So, yeah, we've got some stuff to work on for next week if we get there. So, like I say, there's always a chance to learn. And, yeah, we weren't accurate enough in that second half. So, you know, get back to it next week and lots of improvement.
Well, Coach, we really appreciate the time. We're looking forward to seeing how tomorrow shakes out. I know you are as well. You're going to be waiting with bated breath. So we really appreciate your time and good luck the rest of the way. Hope to see you again.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right, we thank Simon Cross for his time. Man, what a culture he's instilled here in Northern Virginia. And Old Glory a chance to make the playoff line. They've done all they can. The hay is in the barn, Mark Stabina. And Gonna be fun tomorrow to see how that shakes out. I know we're not on the call together tomorrow, but it's gonna be fun no matter what. I think you'll be watching, right?
Always, Joey, especially if you're involved.
So now, as we take a look at where we stand, let's just take a second just to remind everybody of the permutations. So, of course, 5 points are needed for New England tomorrow, which means they have to beat the undefeated Hounds and get a bonus point. Then after that, the tiebreakers, if that happens, it's the most wins from all matches which these teams would tie. It's the highest aggregate point difference from all matches. And because of Old Glory and how close they've played these opponents, that's going to matter a lot more. So we're going to see if New England wins by more than a certain amount of points. That's going to have to be determined tomorrow. So there's a lot we don't know. Most tries from all matches is up next. Highest aggregate try difference from all matches. And then it's head-to-head. And Old Glory would be in favor of that. If not, if it wasn't for that, it'd be a coin toss. Tomorrow, it's New England and Chicago, of course, and then Seattle and California will exchange some pleasantries just to see who's going to be playing that home match as they get the rematch. It'll be 2 weeks in a row for those teams playing against each other. Well, we really appreciate everybody this entire MLR regular season. Our entire OS Studios crew has been incredible. They're going to continue on for tomorrow in the playoffs, but Mark Stabina, it has been a pleasure to call these games with you this year. I'm Joey Lindstrom. Thank you so much for joining us. This match was brought to you by Macron, the official matchday kit of Major League Rugby. Become your own hero. For Mark Stabina, I'm Joey Lindstrom and our entire crew saying so long from Fairfax.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.